of South Africa's land was in the hands of the white minority. 25 years on, little has changed. Professor Mark Soames is doing something remarkable in a Franschhoek vineyard that brings a glimmer of hope for the future of South Africa. And tell me about this vineyard. How long has the vineyard existed here?
Well, the vineyard has existed since 1690. I always hesitate when people ask me how old this farm is, because one imagines that it began when it was colonized, but of course there were people here before that.
Yes.
So just remember, that's 6,000 years ago somebody was holding that stone. Evidence of Bushman occupation of this farm. For 2,000 years in this valley there were also Khoikhoi, who were nomadic pastoralists.
You were very conscious of the history of this place.
Yeah. It was worse than the people who lived here having been driven off the land. They were slaughtered. There was a genocide in this area of Bushmen and Khoi. Therefore, when the farms were granted and there was a need for labor, Dutch East Indies Company brought in slaves galore from the east.
Today's colored South Africans are the descendants of this mix of slaves, Bushmen, and European settlers. 300 years on, many still work the land under white ownership.
In the wine industry, 99% of the farmland is still in white hands. So, not to put it too melodramatically, but the fact is that these properties are stolen goods, and we've still got them.
So what did you do practically to change all that?
Ethically, there's no question about it. Stolen goods have to be returned. We came to a solution whereby I could keep my land by mortgaging it in order to raise a bank loan so that the farm workers could acquire the farm next to me. And we then formed a partnership.
The workers now own a share of this place.
Yes, the workers now own 50%.
They have a stake in it.
They have a massive stake in it. The farm workers here are proud of this farm, and they're proud of their ownership of it, and they're proud of what it stands for, what it means. There's a reclamation of cultural identity, a pride in being of Bushman descent, a pride of being of slave descent.
180 black and colored farm workers and their families now have a stake in their own future. Estate manager Nico Jansen is one who has seen his life change for the better.
I used to be called a farm worker's son. Now my kids can say, hang on, my dad is not a farm worker. He's a farmer. He owns a farm. Doesn't that sound much better?
Yes.
It changed the course of my people, having 300 years of enslavement on farms in South Africa, and giving this land back. It's like, now I belong. For the first time I can call South Africa my home. I'm not an alien anymore. I have a place under the sun.